The next lady, I had the pleasure of really getting to know as just a concerned citizen when I heard this playground was being built, this dream park. And so I started to stay tuned to what a dream park was. And at the time, I was not participatory in local government because I was traveling internationally all the time. And it was at a point in my life where I really felt the need to start to pay it forward and pay back to the community. And along came this project by the Torinos, by Karen and Tim Turino, of the Dream Park. And I'm like, wow, that sounds interesting. We'll see how this works. Absolutely the most spectacular week of my life, and I have a feeling there's some others here tonight who would say that. Probably not the Torinos, but those of us who only spent a week on it instead of years on it like the Torinos. But I got to know Karen Turino and Tim Turino and just became wonderful friends with my neighbors in Bait Shop Heights down on the other end of Winnequa. And Karen is one of those who you only have to ask her once, and if she has the time and the ability to help, she will quickly say yes. And I know that from personal experience when I drew the short straw in running for mayor as to who was going to run for mayor 6 years ago. And I came out with the short straw, and you have to have a treasurer. I'm like, I'm not organized. Who do I get? And as an alderman, I had a goofy treasurer, my buddy Wally Jankowski, who just barely kept me out of jail. So I thought for mayor, I better get more sophisticated. So I reached out to Karen Turino, and she said, sure, I will. And I said, I'm only going to do it for 2 years, so it won't be a long commitment. So we'll celebrate when I got in. And then 2 turned into 4, turned into 6. And to this day, she keeps asking, and when are we going to have this celebration dinner? So if you do have the chance to write down June 29th, it's the Run Mayor Bob Out of Town celebration. It'll be at the world-famous Great Dane Pub and Brewing Company downtown. So it's Thursday, June 29th in the garden in the Rathskeller, and I'm hoping there will be hundreds and hundreds of people there to say farewell before we move out. So Karen, get it on your calendar now. We're finally going to do that. And if you want to venture up, please. Oh, that's right. So if you could come up, please. Karen is obviously with the Dream Park, which is one of the greatest places, and it wins every Best of Madison, Best of Dane County award as a destination. And as you see the school buses rolling in there already, and throughout the summer, it's unbelievable. And again, to me, it was the first time I got to know so many of you in participating, as I was the guy in the mud putting up the fence, not the cool playground part, but the mud part. But I got to know a lot of you. And through the Torinos, I'm forever grateful for engaging me in the city of Monona. And so obviously parks and recreation is an important part of her life. And she has served on that board since May of 2005. So she has put in 12 years working with Jake and the crew, and consider her one of my best pals. So congratulations, Karen Turino. Photo op.
Hey, Bob, thanks for the memo. I love giving speeches with absolutely no warning. We moved to Monona in 1980, across the street, and bought the Stelflug house. Then, 13 years later, moved to Winnequa Road to the Bard house, and now we live in the Hift house. So we are long-term Monona residents, and I found that one of the things that makes Monona such an awesome city is its volunteers. And it's been a pleasure to volunteer for the city and become friends with city officials and other volunteers, and it's been really great. And you think we're best friends, but I'm still waiting for an invitation to Ireland. That's the least you can do for me being your treasurer.
That's a standing invitation. But get in line. There's people there now tonight, and I'm not even there, so that'll be interesting. But you're all welcome. You're all welcome. Congratulations, Karen.